Hey everybody, we're back. We're back. Come on in. Welcome back to our channel. Um, Last time we were together, I got kicked out because of a bad storm. We survived. And so here we are again. So when you come in, if you will, hit the like button, hit subscribe to our channel. And if you would like to become a member, feel free. Hey, Harlem. Oh, I guess I need to get this. All right, all right. We are back. Welcome everybody to the channel. Hit the like button when you come in. Say hello. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it in the chat, or you can come up on the stage and talk with us. However we want to do it, but we're going to talk about a few things tonight. Ready for court tomorrow? Ready for Brendan to come on? Let's get this thing started. Hear what he's got to say. All right. So the link is down there if you guys want to come up on the stage and talk with us tonight. If not, that's okay. Talk to us in the chat. Talk to us in the chat. But let's get started. I promise every time I get on here. So we're going to talk a little bit about Tyler Perry. We didn't get to finish, the entire thing. So we'll just kind of highlight that. We'll talk a little bit about Lil Joe, Fat Joe, Fat Joe, and what he's got going on. And then we'll talk about a little bit about P. Diddy and court tomorrow and all that good stuff. So if y'all want to join us, but I'm going to read what was sent over regarding P. Diddy's trial. So what is this looking like is that, of course, we're getting to the end of the trial. We're getting ready to go into the defense claims they only need about a week, 5 days to do what they have to do. And then it's time for closing arguments and then to the finale. So we're getting there. We are getting to the end. And just as we're getting to the end, other things are ramping up as we go. It's just like it becomes this trickle effect of all of these lawsuits that are happening, and we'll just keep. Yeah, I'm gonna go over that first. For the little bit that we have, I'll read that first, and then I'll also read what the government has submitted as well. So let's get started, y'all. This is about Fat Joe, and I just have a few things. I just have the article. We tried to get the entire lawsuit, but we're going to get there. All right, so Fat Joe. Fat Joe was sued for $20 million by former hype man in explosive complaint, alleges rapper engaged in sex in X acts with minors and coerced him into more than 4,000 sexual acts. I keep saying it. Sexual acts to maintain his standing. Lawsuit comes after the rapper sued T.A. Dixon in April for slandering him on social media by claiming Fat Joe flew a 16-year-old girl across state lines for X. Fat Joe's former hype man Terrence T.A. Dixon has filed an explosive lawsuit in federal court against the rapper on Thursday, which was today. Dixon is alleging that his former boss, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, engaged in coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, actual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Dixon adds that the hip hop star behind such chart toppers as What's Love got rich and famous while he and his associates deliberately suppressed, silenced, and erased Dixon's substantial creative, artistic, and commercial contributions, which were foundational to Fat Joe's professional success and personal brand. He is seeking up to $20 million in damages. The complaint filed in the U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York, details so many disturbing claims about Fat Joe's alleged sexual relations with women, including minors, that it contains a trigger warning on the first page of the 157 page document. Hey, Sherry Ashley, welcome. Hello, everybody, for being here. Hello, everybody that's here. Say hi to me. Hey, y'all. For 16 years, Dixon served as Fat Joe's so-called hype man, a common figure in hip hop who supports the artist by energizing the crowd and enhancing the overall performance. He also contributed as a lyricist and background vocalist on such hits as Congratulations, Ice Cream, and Money Over Bees. According to the complaint, he had an unrivaled vantage point to observe the rapper's offstage lifestyle and behavior. Dixon is represented by Tyrone Blackburn, who is also the lead counsel in a high-profile case against Sean Diddy Combs. In February 2024, Blackburn filed a lawsuit on behalf of a Diddy accuser, Lil Rod, alleging sexual assault, sexual harassment, and failure to pay his underling. 1 month later, Department of Homeland Security agents conducted raids at Combs' mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. Dixon states in the complaint that Fat Joe forced him into humiliating situations, including X acts performed under duress and surveillance, accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance. By his own estimation, Dixon states in the suit that he was coerced into more than 4,000 actual acts to maintain his standing within the enterprise. How do you bring evidence? How do you bring about evidence on 4,000 actual encounters? Like, how do you do that? How do you prove that? Just a question. Most shockingly, the suit claims that Dixon personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old, and lists 3 such Jane Does, including a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York, who, in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, would perform oral sex and other sexual acts on the rapper. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female and not a United States citizen. Fat Joe began having sexual relationships with Minor Doe 2 when she was 15 years old after a concert overseas. Defendant flew Minor Doe 2 to New York City and Miami, Florida on multiple occasions. Due to Minor Doe 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed, defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift. Doe 2 eventually left defendant and is now married to a professional athlete, the complaint says. Minor Doe 3 is a Latina female who met the defendant when she was 15 years old, turning 16. According to Dixon, defendant was in love with Minor Doe 3. He even contemplated leaving his wife. Woo! It gets worse. It gets worse. He even contemplated leaving his wife. The defendant paid all minor Doe 3's bills and even took her overseas to his tour stops. He brought her to Florida and would put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house with his wife. In a recorded conversation, minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for a defendant who was in his late 30s at the time to be fawning over children. So this guy has this TA, his hype man. He had came out with claims before against all these same claims about the underage girls, and Fat Joe sued him or somehow for defamation or something like that. Fat Joe is represented by celebrity criminal attorney Joe Tacopina. Ooh, that's a good one. It's a good lawyer. Fat Joe is represented by celebrity criminal attorney Joe Tacopina, who defended everyone from A$AP Rocky and Donald Trump in high-profile cases. Tacopina responded to the lawsuit, saying in a statement in Variety, the lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit they filed first, which exposed their coordinated scheme to extort Mr. Cartagena through lies, threats, and manufactured allegations. Law enforcement is aware of the extortionate demand and the heart of his scheme. The allegations against Fat Joe are complete fabrications, lies intended to damage his reputation and force a settlement through public pressure. Mr. Fat Joe will not be intimidated. We have taken legal action to expose this fraudulent campaign and hold everyone involved accountable, the statement continued. Defendants in the suit also include Pete, aka Pistol Pete Torres, and Richard Rich player Josh something, who the complaint refers to as key associate in Fat Joe's criminal enterprise. Oh, so they're already naming people in this enterprise. G pronounced like an X. So his last name is, let me go back. Cartagena. You got to come tell us in a minute because I don't know. Defendant is the suit. Defendants in this. Okay, he named the people in the enterprise asserting civil claims for violation of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act and the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act, also known as Civil RICO, as well as related violations under New York and Florida law, including unjust enrichment, quantum merit, fraudulent concealment, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and money laundering. This is just crazy. This is crazy. The suit additionally names Jay-Z's Roc Nation. What? So I'm just reading this right now. I never got a chance to read it because I was at work. So the suit additionally names Jay-Z's Roc Nation, claiming that the company, which represents Fat Joe, knowingly participated in concealing, transferring, and manipulating Dixon's authorship rights and royalty interests and sought to intimidate, harass, and obstruct the hype man's legitimate claims against Fat Joe, Torres, and Josh somebody. According to the lawsuit, the defendants engaged in deliberate tax fraud schemes in an effort to conceal their extensive wage theft, artificially inflate Dixon's tax liabilities, expose him to unwarranted tax audits and penalties, and systematically obscure the exploited labor. The complaint cites a whistleblower accountant who came forward last year, as well as recorded phone calls that helped paint the picture of the alleged misdeeds. The move comes after Fat Joe sued Dixon in April for slandering him on social media by claiming claiming that the Bronx-born rapper who enjoys high-level political connections flew a 16-year-old girl across state lines for X. The suit also named Dixon's lawyer Tyrone Blackburn, claiming the pair tried to shake him down for a settlement. This is the right way to fight, Joe. This is the right way to fight, Joe, through the system. You can't fight him nor no other. You can. This is the right way to fight, Joe, through the system. You can't fight him no other way, Dixon told Variety in an exclusive interview. Joe thinks he's God. Joe thinks he's untouchable. Dixon's suit against Fat Joe goes much further than his social media post and states that he endured a wide spectrum of actual coercion, psychological control, forced exhibitionism, and surveillance-based humiliation, including being compelled to perform X acts under observation, being filmed or directed by Fat Joe in the presence of others. Like, is this an industry thing? Is this an industry thing? Like, it is worse, Sherry, in the fact that minors are being named. Jane Doe minors are being named in this. See, Diddy didn't have any minors in this, and he has 3, allegedly, that's named in this. Including, tactics designed to control plaintiff's body, erode his autonomy, and ensure silence. It adds, these X-based abuses were not private, incidental, or isolated. They were integral to the enterprise's culture of dominance and humiliation enforced by defendants' associates such as Pistol Pete, JB, and others, and sustained across numerous tour locations, including Miami, North Carolina, Germany, Spain, and Wisconsin. In Thursday's complaint, Dixon claims the activity took place on Market America's corporate yacht and in its mansion properties where Fat Joe orchestrated repeated, how do I say this word? Repeated, or you know the rest. I can't say the word. Involving plaintiff. I got to figure a word for that. Involving plaintiff, female dancers, and minors. Defendant used. The lawsuit adds that Fat Joe used his status as a hip hop star to compel Dixon and others onto degrading actual performances, often while Fat Joe watched. This is like the norm in the industry. Like, this is what they do. Is this what really happens? Recorded and directed the encounters. Let me finish so we can talk about it. These incidents occurred under conditions that included the presence of corporate security staff, surveillance cameras, and defendants management entourage, yet no intervention occurred, supporting the inference that these acts were facilitated by and covered up by the broader enterprise and its affiliates. The complaint continues. Dixon did not willingly consent to participate in these acts. Instead, plaintiffs submitted solely out of fear of immediate retaliation, which defendant repeatedly demonstrated would include financial punishment, professional sabotage, abandonment in foreign countries, or physical harm. The suit claims that Fat Joe also issued veiled unaliving threats and witnessed intimidation via direct messages such as, you love your family, right? Fall back in 48 hours and we let you live. Though Joe hobnobbed with some of the biggest names in politics, including then Vice President Kamala Harris, there was at least one brush with scandal back in 2010. He and members of his entourage were detained and questioned after a University of Wisconsin student reported an alleged sexual assault following performance at the city's Orpheum Theater. Orpheum Theater. At the time, Fat Joe's attorney called the woman a pretender groupie who was attempting to shake down the rapper for money. This is horrible, horrible. So these allegations are a lot similar to Diddy, yet a little bit steeper because of the underage girls. Um, he is saying these things were recorded. So if they recorded, we all know from Diddy's trial that it can be found. He's saying that they rented yachts and mansions that can be traced as well. um he says he has these underage does like explaining to him, what they went through, the horror they went through. They were underage. This man was 30 something. What do y'all think about Fat Joe's lawsuit, the allegations against him? um Joe he got a bomb lawyer, I will say that. But if TA has these videos, these recordings, they can get their hands on these recordings, these text messages talking about fall back, and if you want to live, and we'll let you live, and all these things. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Harlem?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I don't remember. Did Fat Joe file a lawsuit against him for defamation? I think because he had said something before about him and underage minors.
Yeah. So this had came out before, and Joe filed a lawsuit against him for defamation.
For defamation. So then he in turn filed this behind Fat Joe.
Yeah. So this came after that lawsuit for defamation.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
he was.
this
Go ahead.
is, allegedly, but if it's all true, I mean, it's crazy because
Yeah.
he said over 4,000 actual acts to keep his position within his enterprise.
Yep. All unwilling, all intimidation. And if you get into the actual lawsuit, I think it's a whole bunch of pages. But if you get into the lawsuit, it talks about like the threats, how dangerous these threats were. It talks about their code words for it, for like slap, or like the casket, or like unalive them. It gets in depth in what it talks about, like what they went through. And that's why, I mean, he was scared for his life. And you take him out of the country, and you threaten to abandon him in this country, this foreign country, and say, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. Coercion, right?
Right.
So if this is all alleged, this is all alleged. This is just, we're just reading from the information that has been given. But in the event of, this kind of feels like, Cassie came out and all these disturbing things started to happen, and then they raid his home, right? Feels kind of the same thing. This is very disturbing. This is this and you hear people say, like, I know you're not shocked, right? Like, this is what they do. This is what they literally do when they get this money and power, and they've done everything in the world they can do. They get kind of bored and get kind of creative and do stupid stuff that can cause them to be right here. Because at 30, if you've matured at 50, you ain't doing what you was doing at 30, supposedly, right? And so now something comes up when you're 30 years old, 35 years old, you 50, 55 years old, you got to relive it. Like, this seems to me like it's going to, it may become something, right? There may be another court trial. I mean, there may be another trial that we're going to be having to sit through, that we're going to be sitting through reporting on.
Yeah, because this is his hype man that's coming out. So what
Yes,
if the Jane Does, the alleged victims, they decide to come out and file their lawsuits?
absolutely. And
I just feel like they all in the industry, they do some kind of dirt, you
yeah,
know? And they
What
just feel like because they are who they are, that they are invincible, untouchable. And that's just not the case.
That's just not the case. And but for so many years, you thought they were invincible. They thought they were untouchable because nobody ever did anything about it. Nobody ever spoke up about it. Cat Williams told y'all. He told y'all what was about to happen, and it seems to be literally happening, right? But they get in these positions, they work their way up, and I always say this: you build yourself up to be real comfortable. Your kids are gonna be okay. Your mama's good. Everybody's good now. I've made it, and only to know the whole while you're building, you're doing these, especially when you get into this position where money is flowing, right? And you're rubbing shoulders with the presidents and rubbing shoulders with label owners, and you become like you think you're invincible. He said, Joe think he's God, and that's how he moved.
Yeah, I'm just not like after all of this is going on, Cat Williams spoke it all into existence. I mean, it was already going on, but I'm just not surprised when things happen anymore.
Like it's almost like it's getting to be the norm, right? So did you R. Kelly, Diddy, Joe, Tyler Perry, like it continues to be this trickle effect. So if you have any kind of power and you have any kind of status and over people, then you better be watching to see what you have done in your past, because it can come back to bite you. And that's what's happening. How can you have 4,000 encounters? 4,000. Like, and then you sitting and filming and directing and like it's a movie, just like Diddy, allegedly. And
go ahead.
If it's recorded, if there's text messages, they can get them. It can be, they can retrieve that information. If somebody has saved it and recorded them, which he's saying that's what happened. Go ahead.
But I was going to say, all of the ones that it seems that are going to trial, that are getting picked up, that are getting locked up, they're men of color and now Latino Hispanic male.
See?
The Abercrombie and Fitch guy, he was able to bail out with $5 million. He's now claiming Alzheimer's. Kevin Spacey, he never went to jail. Harvey Weinstein is the only one that has, been found guilty. He's in jail. But what about the other complexion?
So just like Bridget and Willie was saying, it's a crooked system, right? Because he bailed out for $5 million. Then you might as well have let Diddy out for the amount of money he was offering and allow him. But why didn't that happen? You have some mothers that use their underage or adult daughter's beauty for income or personal gain and don't care about their daughters. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard that story. We've heard that story. And it's a shame. Like, you just don't, if you ain't in golf, in the business, like I know some of these people are like, we knew it was coming sooner or later. Oh, we knew it. Like it's like the normal thing to do in the industry. If you have that money and you have that power, you got the money, you got the power. You got people working for you and influence over them, and this is their livelihood. And you're threatening them to take their lives, their families' lives. Like, what do you do? How do you get out? I don't know.
But then it makes you ask the question, is it even worth it to go into the industry?
Right. And that's the sad part, Harlem, about it, is people live for their dreams every day. and they fight for them. They go broke trying to get there. You know, some of them lived homeless trying to get there, and they finally.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, if you talk to a lot of them, will say, "I wish I never." You know, they're heartbroken because I wish I never would have wanted to pursue that career. I had the fortune, the fame, and everything, but you don't know what happened to me behind closed doors. When they say casting couches, those are real. It really happened just to be on, just to be put on. And now, just like they were saying that Tyler Perry, Christian Keys was saying that Tyler Perry said he got these young black boys that anytime he called, they on point, right? They come at his beck and call to do whatever, and then they move around. And then when we on set, it's all business. I don't know you. That's how Tyler Perry allegedly does, right? So it's just something that happens in the industry, and it's falling, crumbling down around everybody because people are finally standing in their truth. They're not scared anymore for whatever reasons. They are no longer scared. They are coming out, and it just is what it is. And we just go through the motions of court, of the trial, to see what happens. And a lot of it is believable. I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing.
Right. You're right about that.
I hate it. I hate it for our black people. When you see black billionaires, black women doing their things, like that's a proud moment for our culture, right? Because you can count them on your fingers. It's not a lot of us doing that. And then you only to end up sitting in front of judges and your life is in danger for life sentences. So that means everybody around you, they enjoyed the life, and now they're going to have to suffer if somebody's found guilty. It's just, you just got to think better. You just got to make better choices. If Denai said this today, he said, if you are in this industry and if you ain't doing the right thing, don't do it at all. And that is just so true, because then you're crying about it. Now, if you ain't doing the right thing and making the right choices and right decisions, just don't do it. Don't even put yourself through it. Is the fortune, like you said, Harlem, is this worth it? Is it worth going to jail, your old butt, 55 years? Excuse me, I don't mean to offend nobody. I'm that age, so I can say that. I don't mean to offend nobody. But you get to this age and have to go do life. No. Anyway, that's Fat Joe. We're gonna try to get the entire lawsuit, but I mean that's enough to tell the story, and we'll see what happens with him. We already see that Tacopino has responded. That's a cold lawyer, though. He's good at what he does, but how do you beat evidence? How do you beat it when it's black and white? How do you beat it when it's recording? Like, recordings don't lie. So
yeah, he has a good lawyer, so we don't know what'll happen.
just never know what'll happen. He got the lawyer, they got the money. So anyway, moving on to Tyler Perry. We didn't really get into it, but there's been a lot of speculation with Tyler Perry that this is just a shakedown, that it's fake, that it's this, that it's that. But and that those were just text messages back and forth, and this actor never really acted like he was offended. He kind of joked it off, laughed it off. He even said at one point that I don't do nothing unless I'm gonna get a Grammy or Emmy, whatever he said, right? So people are saying this is just a money grab, a shakedown on Tyler Perry, and that Tyler Perry shouldn't be worried at this point. I don't know who should be worried, because if they come in with evidence, if they come in with cold hard evidence that can be proven above beyond a reasonable doubt, I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think about Tyler Perry's? Do y'all think this is a shakedown? I mean, no. Granted, no, we didn't. I don't know who this actor was. I didn't even realize he was in the Oval, right? But that doesn't mean something didn't happen to him.
Hey, you hear me, right? This is what I want to say right here. All right. If you have, say for instance, if you friends with Tyler Perry and you that close to him where y'all going to each other houses, you visiting his house, you got to be at least a millionaire to be around him, right?
But did you see how he got him though?
How?
He was he was he was at a they were at a party and he was serving or he was doing something at a party and Tyler Perry zoned in on him at that party, pulled him to the side and was like, listen, I can give you a part in one of my shows. And that's how he put him on.
Yeah, he was having a party at his house. He was part of the staff, the catering company, and
And
he picked them out.
he handpicked him out. So it wasn't that he was a millionaire. He's over there working, trying to get his coins. And
Right.
then Tyler was like,
But if you in that man guest room, you this
well,
is what I
maybe by then though, Montana maybe by then because he had given him a show, he had given him a role, you know. And they say Tyler paid really good. He's paid his actors really good, but then he had given him a part in the show, and then he got a recurring role in the Oval. So maybe he was making that kind of money when this stuff started happening.
and then he probably got paid pretty good money for catering too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Tyler.
So let's say he ain't a million. Let's say he at least got six figures, right? All right. If I'm a six figure man and Tyler Perry is my friend, I don't care how close of a friend he is, I am not spending the night at his house. For me to spend, if I'm spending the night at his house, excuse my language, we effing. You know what I'm saying? And it's going on. All right, because at the end of the day, if I'm a friend or going to be a future or a business partner with you, because quite sure I was at your, I do business with you. So if I got to, you know what I'm saying, if I'm doing business with you, that means I got to be as wealth almost, you know, I'm wealthy too. So if I'm coming to your town or whatever you at, quite sure I got enough money to get my own penthouse Airbnb for a couple of days that I'm there working with you. I'm not spending that at your house. That just like that just like Jay Z. We could just use him. They're just like Jay Z, him and Tyler Perry best friends, but Jay Z coming to California, LA, wherever he stay at, and spending the night at Tyler Perry house. They don't make no sense.
He
If you
probably
spend the night at that house, you know what's going down.
Jay-Z probably wouldn't do that. But listen, whenever they go work for him, they have to stay on the compound. He wants them on the compound, right? So
Uh huh.
he don't like they don't go home or nothing. He got enough where they got everything they need for the duration of filming, and they film pretty quick with Tyler Perry, right? And so for the duration, Tyler doesn't want his when you get hired, you have the understanding that you're staying on the compound for the duration of this filming.
Yeah, because he
So
got his own. Yeah.
so he got his own space, but he invited him to his home. And he had drank a lot. And he was like, you're drunk, like, right? You can go stay in the guest room. And allegedly, when he went in the guest room, felt him getting in the bed with him. So,
And that's the same story that Christian had.
the same story Christian had.
Yeah. And if this is somebody that you work with, that's a producer on a show that you act on and what have you and whatever, y'all got a cool relationship. You're not going to think anything of y'all sitting down talking about the show, the direction of what you want the show to go in, ideas and what have you, and have a couple of drinks. And then it's like, oh, your drinks done caught up on you. Like you can't drive and go nowhere because that's a DUI you may end up getting. So he offers you to stay in his guest room. So what you going to do? You're going to stay in his guest room because you feel that you're safe. That's your friend.
Yeah, it's your friend. Now, this man then offered me a job. He's taking care, he's been really good to me this whole time. So I'm trusting what he's saying, that I'm safe to go stay in your guest room. Well, now he think he drunk, right? He think he drunk. I'm gonna slide on in here. And then he was like, then after he jumped out the bed and was like, no, look, no. It's nothing like this. He's like, told him, turn around. Let me see. What? Well, but at that moment, so at this moment now, they got to juggle. Do I my livelihood, the money I'm making, or do I walk away from this and just it's all gone? Is it worth this? Is it worth this harassment to keep happening over and over? Like the thing for me is that it's repetitive. It happens more than 1 or 2 or 3 times, and you go back and you
So
go
you
back.
saying there's more than one person claiming this though?
Well, Christian Keys came out. Okay, let's talk about Christian Keys. He came out a while back and he was saying that he never mentioned Tyler Perry's name, right? But he said he's a black billionaire, very well to do. He makes the shots, he calls all the shots, all this stuff that pointed because he worked really, really closely with Tyler Perry. And he also wrote All the King's Men with Tyler Perry, joint, it was a joint effort. And he's saying that he came out and was saying that this man, he had too much to drink. He ended up staying in his room. He tried to fondle him. He tried to make passes at him. And Christian was like, look, I done told you this ain't me. This ain't what I do. You can't compromise my manhood, all this stuff, right? And he came out a couple of times and was like, if he don't do whatever he needed to do, then I'm going to say the name. I'm going to spill the beans. But my brother telling me not to say nothing. But it never came. He never came and said it was Tyler Perry, but all the accusations, all the stuff, how he was describing things that happened pointed to Tyler Perry. So everybody just assumed it's Tyler Perry, right? Now this man comes out. He said everything he's saying is just almost the same thing with him. Only Christian came. Christian's a writer. He writes, but this man is too. And he's telling this man, your people, what you wrote is really good. Maybe not for my audience. We get you hooked up with, with who we can, and then he was making passes at him. He said, but Tyler Perry told him, but when we go in front of the cast, like even if you're not an actor, I can teach you how. I can teach you the ropes. I can give it to you. But some of the things you're going to have to learn on your own, because when we out in front of people and my cast and everybody, I don't know you. It's just business. It's strictly professional business. And you'll see how they act around me. It's just straight business. We never met. Like we're going to pretend somebody asked me for a favor to give you a position. So some things you have to learn your own. So then he just continued to make passes at him, sending text messages, but in the text messages, it really don't tell you that this guy is uncomfortable with it, but what he's doing is how he's responding is avoiding what Tyler's saying. So like Tyler was on a trip, on a yacht, on a beach, in the ocean, on a whatever it was, and he took a picture and he sent him the picture. And he was like, oh, it looks nice out there. And he's like, what? What about the stud in the picture? Like, how did he look? He just kind of just always goes around with the passes that Tyler Perry is, shooting at him. And so anyway, I went off on a tangent, but that's pretty much how Tyler Perry got him. He was on staff working the party. He looked good to Tyler Perry, obviously, allegedly, I don't know. And he said, I'll give you a job. He went for it. And then it started happening.
And can I just say one thing? In his lawsuit, Dixon, is that his name? He kind of confirms Christian Key's story because he mentions him in his lawsuit. And he also talks about how Tyler Perry kind of kept him around by continuing to say, oh, let's pitch your show to this company, prepare a pitch so that we can talk to the investors. So that's how he kept him around.
So he always would tell him, he always would make it sound good for him. Like, I'm gonna put you on. And with him giving him a job, he really did put him on. But like, he's now like gonna go get investors for you. And Tyler Perry can get the investors. It's not a problem for him. And he's telling him to do those things to lure him back in.
That's crazy. I didn't know all that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That man worked so hard. You was a homeless man. You claim you was a homeless man, and you worked hard to get where you at. You own BET. You own all this stuff. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. So and it's all alleged right now. So I don't know if it's a shakedown. I don't know. It's just that it's out there. He's kind of giving you kind of some evidence a little bit, but it's out there. And it just remains to be seen. But
But you,
again, it
but you
sounds like,
think it? Go
huh?
ahead. I say you think that it would disappear?
He get I'm glad you said that because I was listening to another podcast. He's huge. I forget his name though. Oh, I can see his face. But anyway, he was saying, "Listen, y'all, you got to know that if Tyler Perry wanted this to go away today, he could make it go away today. He don't have to go through the
Heck
motion."
yeah, that man can make it go away.
But he was like, "But if I wasn't guilty of nothing, then let's do this because I'm not gonna make it go away for something I did not do." But he said he can make that stuff go away right now.
They ain't gonna have Oprah Winfrey back in him.
Yep. He ain't hurting for the support. He's not hurting for the support at all. But he came out on Instagram and he just was kind of like unbothered. Like, this is what's happening. I'm chilling on my porch. He never mentioned anything specifically, but his lawyers came out and said this is a shakedown. It's always a shakedown.
And the little 260 million he asking for, he can give that to him. It ain't nothing.
And it wouldn't hurt him. But that was his other point, the other podcaster's point. He was like, "Why it better be more to it than just this, because $260 million is a lot of money to be asking for just what he's presented so far. Like this ain't that." But like you said, I mean, he could go write him a check right now.
Because the only thing they saying on the thing is that he just rub his leg.
He got in the bed with him. He rubbed his legs. He was making passes. He was talking about when is he going to let him be held, let somebody hold him, and something about extra acts. It's all in there.
Yeah, because on the front of the lawsuit, I think it's like 10 different things that he's saying
Yeah,
occurred.
it's a laundry list of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so who knows what'll happen?
I was waiting to see if Hiawatha was going to come on. She thought we came on at 7. But anyway, so that's Tyler Perry. We're going to continue, to follow it and, check them out and see what's going to come throughout, as the days pass, as the time passes. But again, I don't know what I believe about the Tyler Perry situation at this point. Of course, we're just going to stay neutral right now and see what happens. I don't know. So anyway, moving on. Anything else, Harlem? Am I missing anything else?
No, that's about it, I think, with him. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but he just got a new show that he put on BET Plus that I've been looking at. So,
and I had just did a short about is it Straw?
no, I saw Straw on BET Plus. He has a new show, Divorce Sisters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just started looking at that. So, hopefully everything is fine.
Yeah, hopefully everything is fine. Listen, just people when they get into these positions, they gotta really watch who has access to them. They gotta really watch how they move and shake in these streets, because as soon as you get to this level, people gonna come at you, whether it's true or not. They're going to come for you. So you just gotta watch how you move,
Listen.
and always be able to cover your butt.
Listen, even Medea ain't going for that. She gonna ride for him.
Yeah, she got her. She got a big fat for the dirty Mac. You know what I'm saying? She gonna don't make her roll up on him. But Dia ain't playing. So anyway, yeah, that's Tyler Perry. Let's move on to tomorrow and P. Diddy and all this stuff. So there is, oh, before I go, did you guys see where India Ari's mom came out and said that she had been actually violated by her dad? So I listened to it.
Y'all country.
Go ahead.
Y'all, I say y'all country.
Why we country?
I'm talking about India RE. See, we call it India IRE. That's the southern way to say it.
Where you from? Where you at?
South Carolina.
Oh yeah, you country down
Right.
down south. But anyway, yeah. So what were you gonna say about that, Harlem?
No, I was going to say I had saw the video, and she said she had been struggling with it for years. India, so I mean they have to release so that they can heal.
Yeah, they got to get it out. And her mom was like, her dad was like, ain't no way you can R word your wife, like. But she said, but he did. So I mean, if she was saying no, he did. And she said she'd been holding on to this forever, and that her daughter is a survivor and a survivor of her own dad doing things to her actually.
Right.
That was
Right.
crazy. You just don't know what is wrong with people.
And that's why you don't know the circumstances that some of these celebrities have gone through growing up and what have you, to wind up to do the things that they do.
Right. I wonder, like, I always wonder, like, what are they thinking? Like, what makes people like move like that?
The drugs, all this fentanyl and all these drugs.
It's just crazy to even
You
make
heard
that.
me?
Yeah, it's just crazy to make all those decisions. Hold on, y'all. This is my grandson. I'm gonna put you on hold for a second. Y'all can keep talking though.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, these drugs got these people wild.
Yeah, because the drugs these days are not like the drugs way back when, because they
Yeah.
mix any and everything in them.
Yeah. Every year they
So,
got something new coming out.
right, right.
It's
But
just crazy.
yeah, I mean, you don't know who coming out tomorrow with something.
I swear to
And I
God, bro.
just don't be surprised no more. I just be like, okay, let me go find another lawsuit to read.
Yeah, that's sick, man. I ain't heard about her in years though. She made some good music, but I ain't heard from her in years though.
Yeah, I don't think she's been out with anything recently. I haven't seen anything because I used to like her when she was out with her music,
Yeah, I liked her
but
too.
I haven't heard her with anything in a long time.
I ain't heard about her since the mid 2000s.
Right, right.
The little what's
Yeah.
that song she had? This one thing got me tripping something. The little song she had.
Which one? I don't remember that one.
Something called one thing something.
I don't know. I don't know. I always like brown skin.
'Cause I just imagine what the world would be like, you know, like if Aaliyah was still living.
Hmm.
You know, Beyonce would be in trouble because you know that was her rival. That would have been her rival.
So, have you seen the Billboard Top 75?
No.
Top 75 R&B singers.
Uh-uh.
So their top 10 They have Beyonce at number 4, and they have Beyonce over Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey.
It's
Do
4,
you
not 4.
agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, over Mariah Carey.
And Whitney Houston? She's number 4. Beyonce.
You got to give Whitney Houston her flowers, though.
Yeah, Whitney and Mariah, I feel, should be
Yeah,
over her. Because to
yeah,
me, Beyonce is a performer. I don't really see her as a singer. She
I mean,
can't hold a note
yeah.
like Whitney or Mariah.
Now she can sing. Now she make some hits now, but not Mariah. She'll get you there.
Yeah, and Whitney. Can you see
Yeah,
her holding a
yeah.
note against Whitney Houston? Whitney Houston was the voice.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it's somebody else too. It's
Because I
somebody else.
think it was Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, Beyonce,
I
Whitney.
was about to say Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, Aretha was number 2.
I thought I was gonna be reaching if I said that.
Oh no. We were talking about, did you see the Billboard put out the top 75 R&B singers?
No, tell me more.
And I was asking Montana, Beyonce is number 4.
Who's
She's
number one?
over. Number 1 is Stevie Wonder.
And
So
with that
number
voice
1 is
Harlem got with that voice Harlem got she like 2,500 on the Billboard.
whatever. I
You
don't
way
even
down there.
sing.
She instead of just saying 4, you just said 4.
Stevie Wonder is 1. Aretha
Okay.
is 2. Michael Jackson is 3. Beyonce is 4. Whitney is 5.
What?
Mariah is in the top 10. I don't remember what number she was, but I just don't see how they could put Beyonce over
But,
Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston.
but you got to give it to Maxwell too with that song he hit on that note he hit on that song.
Maxwell is like 20 something, I think.
I don't like the top 5. I don't like how they got that.
Right.
How they come up with that?
Yeah. Because even though I'm an R. Kelly fan, R. Kelly is over Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye is 10 and R. Kelly is 9.
R. Kelly is 9. Chris Brown ain't on there?
Chris Brown was in the 20s.
What?
Yeah.
You know Chris Brown can't hit like that. He all right now, but come on now. You know better than that. You know better
He
than that,
was
Phase.
20 something. Yeah.
I don't know why Phase is acting like that. Like
20? Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't agree with the list because I always thought that Whitney Houston was the voice.
Hey,
Like, how can you put Beyonce over her?
No.
Hey Harlem, where Ray J at? So we could bust her bubble.
I was gonna ask where my boy at. Like he ain't number 5, 3, 4.
I gotta go back and look. I don't even remember seeing his name.
He probably ain't even on there.
He might not even be on there. Is Brandy on there?
Yeah, Brandy was on there. Uh-huh. I mean, they had a lot of good ones, but it was just that top 10. I just couldn't get with it.
I just want to look at the top 10. Like that ain't right for me. That's just my opinion. I would have put Whitney way up there.
Right.
Michael Jackson is fine where he's at. I'm okay with that.
Who you say number 1?
Number 1 is Stevie Wonder.
I bet you he ain't even see it yet.
Stop.
Ain't no way they got him for number 1. You know, he do his thing, but ain't no way.
I think it's hey, Sir Miguel. I think you know what I think it is because of he's seasoned in the business. The man can sing his butt off.
What about Prince?
He should
Prince was on there. I would have to go find it. Let me see if I could find it. Mhm.
Welcome, welcome. Glad you could stop by. If you want to get up on the stage, you can. The link is out there. We are just chit-chatting. So who would be number one, Montana?
How you doing, Miguel? Number one
Your opinion.
with best voice, you got to give that to Mariah Carey now.
Whitney, then Mariah. Come on, Montana. Why are you cutting Whitney out?
Okay, so
I mean,
Stevie Wonder is number one. Aretha Franklin is 2. Michael is 3. Beyonce is 4. Whitney is 5.
They cheated her.
6 is James Brown. Come on, my laptop. 7 is Prince. 8 is Mariah. 9 is R. Kelly, and 10 is Marvin Gaye.
they should sue Billboard for putting James Brown on there. That's gonna be the next lawsuit.
You stupid. Listen, that's where I'm at, Montana. What are we doing? What are they doing?
Man, nobody in the industry. You got Whitney Houston because she could blow now, but nobody in the industry hitting them notes like Mariah Carey now.
She can't beat Whitney.
Because Whitney could change her voice, like Whitney could sing in tenor, you know what I'm saying, alto,
And she hit them notes.
yeah, but come on, Mariah though.
Okay.
I mean, they should be right there together.
They should be together, 1 and 2.
I'm sorry, I don't see Beyonce over them because I see Beyonce as more of a performer.
Yeah, I agree with you. But when they going back to Aretha and James and Stevie, like I guess they just said the whole industry. Like I didn't know. How many is on the Billboard?
Yeah, it's the top 75.
Especially when Mariah be holding that note in that little screaming voice.
She do. I'm not taking nothing from her. She cold. But Whitney, I'm just a Whitney diehard Whitney fan. She should be number 1 on the charts. If you gonna do it, you gonna put it out there. Put her number 1. Mariah Carey could be number 2, and then whoever you do, 3 through 75. Because I'm not gonna agree anyway. Because Beyonce shouldn't be 4.
Yeah, I just don't see her over them.
And James Brown is what? 5?
James Brown shouldn't even be in there.
He should be on there.
Not the top 10.
Not top 10. He was good at what he did. Like, no, I'm not taking that from him, but I don't know. The seasoned people would say different probably.
I'd have see if they would have said the 5 heartbeats or something. The 5 heartbeats coming for James Brown.
I can see that.
Or the Temptations, one of them.
They need to make their own Billboard. Just all the old.
But at the same time, how can you put them on the same Billboard because James Brown was pop, Michael Jackson was pop, and R&B, and Mariah and all them was R&B.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I said give them their own pop charts, and then do the real R&B charts.
But they already gave James Brown his chart. He was the king of soul, ain't it?
He is. He is.
I don't know, but I know that top 10, I ain't agree with that.
Me either. I can't get with that. Hey, JoJo the Ryan. Welcome in here. Yeah, I can't get with that. But I mean, it is what it is because y'all got my boy on number 20. Ray J probably 75.
I tell you, I don't even know if I've seen Ray J. Let me go back and look.
I'm gonna make him his own chart. He gonna be number 1.
Yeah, Ray J need his own chart.
and you can call it whatever.
Man, Taylor Swift come before Ray J.
Okay, give my boy a break. He can sing.
Luther is number 22.
22. They booted him.
And Teddy is number 23. See, I don't agree with that either.
See that? See
They
that's
too far down.
Yeah.
see that's y'all music.
Yeah, Luther, my guy.
That's
Yeah,
y'all. That's
he's too far down.
Chris Brown is 26.
No, Harlem. Chris Brown should be in the. I'm not gonna have Montana. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
how about Christina Milian?
Where's Anita Baker? Is she on there?
I'm still going, but even Diana Ross to me is a performer like Beyonce. She's number 29. See, Beyonce should be a little further down, I think.
I think so.
You don't need to read no more after you just said Diana Ross. You lost me there.
Anita Baker is 31.
31?
How about what's her name? Melinda Williams,
Who that?
the light skinned girl that she played movies. No, her name Vanessa Williams. Vanessa Williams.
you got jokes, Montana.
No, no. I forgot. Vanessa. She was an actor and she was a singer.
I know she was a singer, but she ain't
she-
top 7. She ain't
but
on
she
top
was-
75.
She was an actor too, ain't she? Was what Cedric the Entertainer wife in Johnson Family Vacation. He played in a lot of, and she did the proactive commercials.
Yeah, she did, but she ain't on top 75 Billboard. Deborah Cox. Ooh, y'all come on. Who is this?
You said what now?
Hey, welcome, y'all. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. But if you will, just take a few minutes to hit the like. Thank you. Who is hey?
So Maxwell is number 38.
I don't care what.
Aretha Franklin was number. What was Aretha?
Aretha was number 2.
She wasn't no number 2.
Yeah, Aretha was number 2 because it was
That's right.
who did I say? Number 1 was Stevie Wonder. Aretha was 2. Michael was 3. The Performer was 4. Whitney was 5. James Brown, right? And then Mariah.
Hey, hold on. I ain't gonna let this slide. I'm about to spin the block on phases because you ain't gonna come for Vanessa like that. Listen, I love the Vanessa. Listen,
pretty.
she was my listen. She was growing up. That was my celebrity crush. Listen, that red girl she had them eyes.
Yeah, she did, but she can't sing. That don't make her be able to sing.
But that was my icon, and you're not gonna do her like that.
You ain't gonna do Ray J like that. You get off Ray J, I'll get off Vanessa.
I'll let you have you. I'll let you have.
I'll leave her alone, but she ain't on the top 75. Minnie Riperton, Tina Marie.
I forgot about
Tina Marie is on here somewhere. I'm on number 51. I gotta go.
Where Mary J at?
Slow.
Where
Mary J was 16.
She should be further down. Let me stop.
No faces. That's about right. Leave it alone. That's about right.
Y'all need to stop.
Gladys
I'm on
Knight,
number 57. I still don't see Ray J.
Gladys Knight and the Pips come before her.
Okay, Harlem, don't rub it in. Do we see Vanessa?
You heard what I said?
What'd you say?
I said Gladys Knight and the Pips come before her.
Before who, Vanessa?
No, I come before Mary.
Oh, yeah.
No, Gladys is behind Mary.
I know.
Gladys was like 20 something.
JoJo, yes, Ray J is my guy. But I'm gonna be okay. If Montana come clean, I'm gonna come clean. Ray J probably ain't gonna be on that top 75. He just my homeboy, and I be feeling sorry for him when people be on him, and I like him. We homies. And so I just figured maybe he can make 75. But if he gonna bring Vanessa in the mix, you didn't say nothing to him, JoJo, about Vanessa.
Cause JoJo agree with me on Vanessa.
Vanessa Williams, come on, y'all.
Hey JoJo, go Google Vanessa Williams and come back and holler at us real
You
quick.
know, this is what she look like.
He know who Vanessa Williams is, I'm sure.
I'm sure he does. Go Google. Okay, what's next? Who's next, Harlem?
I'm looking to see. I don't see Ray J. I done went to 75. I don't see Ray J on this list.
JoJo said, well, if you gonna talk about Ray J, put me on the list. I gotta get off my boy. Get off my
Tina Marie is 65.
65. Okay.
Yeah. And Brandy was like 41.
Oh, Brandy.
Yeah.
I think they should have did it off of most recent hits.
That's what I wanted.
Cause you got some of them people, they ain't put out songs in the last decade.
He said Ray J
Well,
should be the top 500. Y'all gonna get off my boy. Monica's a cool one. Yes, Monica can.
Monica's not on the list.
Is Tony Braxton on there?
Yeah, Tony was like 30 something. Minnie Riperton is not there, Sir Miguel, and neither is Monica.
Monica ain't
Marvin Gaye JoJo is number 10. R. Kelly is number 9. I think Marvin should have been higher than R. Kelly.
How about Tyrese?
Tyrese not on there.
He not on there? Layla Hathaway? I love her.
I don't think I saw Layla. Let me look back.
She probably ain't though.
They ain't
Because I've
Tyrese.
never listened to SZA. They had SZA on there.
I like SZA.
But I don't think I saw Layla. Let me look back.
Tyrese ain't on there?
Tyrese wasn't on there.
Ooh,
Okay, phases ain't gonna be no more sweet lady in none of that no more.
I see. They kicking my peeps to the curb. Let me do the top 10 R&B. That's what I want to do. Thank you, JoJo. Thank you for being here, y'all. Everybody.
How about Miguel?
No Miguel, and I don't see Layla Hathaway.
No, Layla.
Donny Hathaway was number 14, I think.
Number 14.
Yeah.
Now
Tomorrow when I come on live, I'm gonna have my top 10.
Listen, and it's gonna make me cuss. I bet where Bruno Mars at? I don't even like him, but where he at?
Is he on there?
Let me look back because I don't think I saw Bruno. Because The Weeknd was on there, and I don't know if I want The Weeknd to even be on the list.
Harlow got the whole
Harlow can't be on there. The Weeknd can't be on there.
Harlow got the whole Billboard poster in her hand right now, skimming through it.
Give it to us. Give it to us, Harlow.
Hey, that's diabolical right there.
Give it to us, Harlow. We have to break the ice.
Y'all need to stop.
Lord, she done printed the whole chart.
No, I didn't. I did not.
I'm going to bring my top 10 tomorrow. R&B only, though. And it's R&B, and I want y'all to bring y'all. And it's got to be R&B only, and it's up to date. Like, I mean, you can go back to the 90s or whatever, but we going back to the 70s and the 60s and the 20s, 40s. Just the top.
Harlem got the whole Billboard chart for her wallpaper on her phone.
Not at all. You need to stop.
Okay, JoJo, bring yours too tomorrow. Whoever bringing y'all's top 10, bring them. tomorrow. It's Friday too, and it's gonna be after court, so we're gonna have to talk about the court proceedings, but then we're gonna go to this. I'm gonna have my top 10, and I promise I'll be fair, because then that means if I'm being fair, Ray J nor Vanessa will be on my top 10. Period.
Vanessa ain't on my top 10. She just was one of my favorite icons.
Yeah, but you
Like,
tried to say like Ray J would be on there before she would, Montana.
no.
Montana.
No.
Okay. All right. David Ruffin. Yeah, he can be on there. If they gonna put all them other ones on there, put David Ruffin on there.
I'd rather for you to say Janet Jackson before you go to Ray J.
Is Janet on there? Did we lose Harlem?
Janet is on the list. I'm sorry, I had my mute on.
Yeah, Janet got to be on
You
there.
see how I calling them out? How about J-Lo?
Y'all want me to just do the whole list?
I want you to do the whole list because J-Lo better not be on there.
J-Lo is not on here.
J-Lo's a better actor than a singer. Come on. She can go dance, not sing.
Yeah, she's like the other girl that's number 4. She's a performer. She's not a thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Give it to a problem. I'm about to see.
Okay, so number 1, we have Stevie Wonder. 2 is Aretha Franklin. 3 is Michael Jackson. Number 4 is Beyonce. Number 5 is Whitney Houston. 6 is James Brown. 7 is Prince. 8 is Mariah Carey. 9 is R. Kelly. 10 is Marvin Gaye. 11 is Ray Charles.
You playing, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you serious?
I'm serious. 11 is Ray Charles.
Okay. All right.
12 is Usher.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but Harlan put that on there.
No, I did not.
Okay, Usher, who next?
13 is Sam Cooke. 14 is Curtis Mayfield. 15 is Isaac Hayes. 16 is Mary J. Blige. 17 is Janet Jackson. 18 is Al Green. 19 is Smokey. 20 is Otis Redding. 21 is Donny Hathaway. 22 is Luther. 23 is Teddy. 24 is Bill Withers. 25 is Patty. 26 is Chris. 27 is Chaka. 28 is Erica Badu. 29 is Diana Ross. 30 is Gladys Knight. 31 is Anita Baker. 32, Lionel Richie. 33, Alicia Keys. 34, Donna Summer. 35, Babyface, who I think should be a little higher up, maybe.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
should
know.
be a little higher, and so should Lionel should need Patty. So should Patty. Okay.
36 is Tony
Tony.
Braxton.
Oh, Tony. Yeah.
37 is Frank Ocean. I don't even know if he should be here, but
I don't even know him.
38 is Maxwell. 39 is Roberta Flack. 40 is Aaliyah. 41 is Brandy. 42 is Barry White. 43 is Dionne Warwick. 44 is SZA. 45 is D'Angelo. 46 is Rihanna. 47 is The Weeknd. 48 is Lauryn Hill.
God, she should be up there.
49 is Bobby Brown. 50 is John Legend. 51 is Rick James. 52, Stephanie Mills. 53, Jill Scott. 54, Jasmine Sullivan. 55, Natalie Cole. 56 is Joe. 57 is Tevin Campbell. 58 is Peebo Bryson. 59 is Fantasia. 60 is Neo. 61 is Ashanti. 62 is Anthony Hamilton. 63 is Music Soul Child. 64 is Ledisi. 65 Tina Marie. 66 Keith Sweat. 67 is Tank. 68 is Phyllis Hyman. 69 is Bobby Womack. 70 is Her. 71 is Keisha Cole. 72 is Jackie Wilson. 73 is Etta James. 74 is Summer Walker. And 75 is Ruth Brown. So that's Billboard's top 75.
And then the crazy thing about it is the top 5, three out of 5 deceased, and they still in the top 5. That's wild. You know they get money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teddy was on there.
Teddy was what was he like?
He was way down there though.
No, he was in the teens, I think, maybe because Mary was 16. I think he was after Mary, I think.
15, 16. Janet was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. He's 22 or 23, one of those. Teddy was.
Okay, so he's in the 20s. I thought he was like in the teens. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's Billboard. That's not coming from us.
Yeah. That's Billboard. They was just on one. Said, let's do this real quick. All right. So there you have it. I'll be back with my top. Top 10 ain't enough for me. I might need 20. So I can put all my peeps on there. And I will. Let me see. Who is Ruth Brown?
Let me see, because they have a song for them. So let me see if I can see what her song is. Teardrops from My Eyes. I don't know what that song is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
She's an older.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say she an older singer because her picture is a black and white picture.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna do a solo, and I want to see what y'all rate me.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to it because I'm gonna bring my top. He said no. I said I'm gonna do top 20. He said no, I'll do 10. So I'll stick to 10. I'll bring my top 10, and then Montana gonna start us off with a solo.
So I'm gonna perform. I got a performance tomorrow night. Hey, listen, I don't know how to say it for real. I was just joking though.
I would have placed you.
But doggone, but I prepare for my show tomorrow. I got a concert tomorrow.
Get prepared.
Everybody, y'all get y'all tickets.
0 sales. Y'all listen, if you already here, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It was fun. We didn't get where we needed to go. We tomorrow we will be covering Inside the Courtroom with P. Diddy. Cannot wait to hear Brendan Paul on the witness stand tomorrow to see if he's going to be dropping any bombshells. As we said earlier, the defense is going to be to bring their people on. They only said they only need a week, so we getting down to the nitty gritty here, and we're getting ready to. I suspect the jury will have what they need to deliberate at the end of the week, next week, beginning of the week. Just depends on how the week goes next week. So we'll be there tomorrow. I'll be on in the morning, bringing you guys my little morning highlight for the day, and then I will bring you periodically throughout the day as Brendan for sure is testifying. And then we come back live tomorrow with our top 10. We'll come back tomorrow and talk a little bit more about anything that drops, because it's been dropping like it's hot. So anything else that's hot. We will have Hiawatha on with us tomorrow, who is kind of close to some of the people in the industry. So we'll talk to her tomorrow. We also got some things lined up with an attorney. Hopefully that pans out, because she has some insight. A lot of stuff that she don't really agree with me. That's going to be really good conversation. Really like her a lot. I follow her. So shout out to her. Her channel is The Court of Public Opinion. So anyway, you guys, thank y'all for being here. Hit the like. We're going to go tonight. It's kind of late. And
don't forget to hit the join button, get y'all memberships.
Don't forget the membership.
That's the only way y'all can get to see me perform tomorrow. Get the memberships.
For the exclusive, y'all.
Montana is not performing.
FYI.
Don't fool the people.
FYI, don't run them off. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all in the morning.
All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, JoJo, everybody that came.